Our area is about 1 million people in southwest Wisconsin, and there are about 100,000, about 10%, that we consider to be food insecure, and 40,000 of those are children.
The purpose of the project is to raise food for the hungry. Basically got started when, after Ken had organized groups to pick up produce from the farmers markets on the square. And this was quite successful, but it still wasn't producing enough, raising enough produce to feed the 32 food pantries in the county. So 5 or 6 years ago, Ken decided that maybe we should be raising some of our own produce.
The amount that we raise is only a drop in the bucket as to what's needed. Now, the thing you have to recognize, of course, is that the food pantries are basically an emergency source of food. It isn't that we're supplying the food for their entire livelihood. And that's true of the produce as well, then we're only supplying it for that fraction of the month.
We take it either to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin or to the Community Action Coalition. They in turn do the actual distribution.
We play the obvious part of making the distribution. And we distribute that then to about a little over 300 agencies that can use that produce. You probably know that we deal with a lot of surplus from food manufacturers and distributors. That's why, sort of why we exist. Well, a lot of that is stuff that's not that great nutritionally. But fresh produce is about as good as you can get in terms of nutrition.
The entire project is run by volunteers, and we need volunteers on a regular basis. The work of the volunteer depends on the season. Early in the season, that is late April, May, we are planting, and so the volunteers would help with the actual planting. Then following that, it's garden maintenance, which means controlling the weeds. And then about the end of June, middle of July, we have our first harvest. And by the time we get to the end of July and early August, harvesting is pretty heavy.
It's a minimum of 15 hours a week, man hours per week, per garden. So we need a lot of help. We have a very special connection with the Middleton High School. Their sociology instructor gives the kids 5 extra credits for every hour that they work. And we give them the supervision. There isn't a lot of supervision in pulling weeds. We've had as many as 21 students out here on a given night, which is just fabulous. They do work that we would take us forever to get done. A couple of guys come in, going to feed the world.